Welcome to today's debate on Alimony System in India. We have four students, Ishan and Nirja, supporting alimony and Kajal and Rohit opposing it. Let's start with the debate now.
Hi everyone. I support the alimony system because it helps people who cannot support themselves after a marriage ends. For example, many women in India become homemakers and do not work outside. After a divorce, they may have no money for food, rent, or children's school fees. Alimony gives them temporary financial support so they can live and find work. Many countries have similar systems to protect dependents.
I disagree with how alimony often works today. Sometimes people use alimony to punish the other partner or demand too much money. This can be unfair, especially when the paying partner is not rich. Also, long-term payments can make both people unhappy and keep them tied to a bad relationship. I think we need better alternatives like job training for the dependent spouse.
I'd like to add that alimony is not only for women. Men can also need support after divorce. For example, if they were the homemaker or are sick. The main idea is fairness. The weaker financial partner should not be left helpless. Many countries, like the UK and the USA, let courts decide fair maintenance based on each person's income and capacity.
I agree with Kajal. Alimony rules are often vague and open to misuse. In some cases, courts award very high amounts that the payer cannot afford. This can affect their children and lifestyle. Also, alimony sometimes discourages the receiving person from becoming independent. I believe we should focus more on rehabilitation and short-term help.
Kajal and Rohit say misuse happens. That's true sometimes, but we shouldn't remove alimony because of misuse. Instead, we can make rules stronger. Courts should check incomes carefully, and alimony should be for a limited time or until the person becomes independent. Also, there are cases in India where women left with no claim would face serious poverty. Alimony prevents that.
Ishan, I agree misuse shouldn't be allowed, but limits and clear rules are not always followed. In India, many people do not know their legal rights, and court cases take years. So by the time alimony is decided, both sides are tired and poor. I think mediation, faster courts, and rehabilitation programs, job training, could be better than long alimony.
Kajal, faster courts and training are good ideas, but they take time and money. While those systems develop, alimony works as an immediate safety net. Also, courts can decide amounts based on both people's needs. In some countries, courts award temporary alimony to let the person retrain and get a job.
Nirja, temporary alimony sounds good, but temporary is often long in practice. Also, if the person paying alimony loses a job or falls ill, the system should be flexible. Instead of automatic large payments, we should use need-based help, child support for children, and government welfare for those in extreme poverty.
If a homemaker has no education and no money after divorce and no alimony, how will she pay her child's school fees and house rent?
Good question. I would say the court should enforce child support and division of assets first. If needed, short-term maintenance can be given while the person receives job training. Also, NGOs and government schemes can help with immediate needs, not only long-term alimony.
You said alimony discourages independence, but what if the receiving spouse has health problems or caretaking duties and cannot work? Should they be forced to work?
If person cannot work because of health, then of course support is necessary, but it should be based on medical proof and be reviewed regularly. My worry is people who can work, but choose not to because of guaranteed long payments. The solution is proper checks and time limits.
I suggest make alimony need-based and time-limited. Courts must check evidence, consider both incomes, and set clear timelines. Add rehabilitation programs like job training or small business loans so the receiving spouse can become independent. This keeps fairness and encourages self-reliance.
I think it's very important to prioritize child support to make sure the children's needs are met. When alimony is ordered, it should be based on real need. Also, create faster family courts and make them more flexible, allowing for modifications of alimony if the payer loses income. Promote pre-marriage counseling and encourage prenuptial agreements for clear expectations.
Add free legal help for low-income people so they can claim or defend alimony fairly. In India, many people don't know how to present proof. Also, courts should check for domestic violence cases. Sometimes survivors need urgent financial help.
I agree with Ishan on legal aid. Also, we need public awareness, telling people about rights and responsibilities. Schools and community centers can teach about healthy relationships and financial planning before marriage.
India example. Many Indian women who stayed home after marriage find it hard to start again. Alimony has helped some of them manage until they find work. World example. In the UK, courts may grant spousal maintenance to support the lower-earning partner, often for a limited time while they retrain.
India example, long cases in family courts sometimes lead to huge costs on both sides. World example, in some US states, judges reduce or stop alimony if the payer's income falls or if the receiver remarries, showing the need for regular review.
In India example, sometimes when property is divided, the payer still has to give alimony, which causes financial stress. World example, Scandinavian countries have stronger welfare and childcare support, so long alimony is less common there. Social systems matter too.
India example, courts in India have granted maintenance in cases where a woman had no other source of income, helping her and the child. World example, some countries combine alimony with job programs so the recipient gets support and training together.
In short, alimony is important because it protects people who depend on their partner financially. But it must be fair, time-limited, and checked by courts. With legal aid and job programs, alimony can be a safety net, not a forever tie.
I believe alimony has a purpose, but it often becomes unfair or long-lasting. I believe we should improve systems, faster courts, clearer rules, and strong rehabilitation so people do not depend on long payments forever.
I agree with both sides that reform is needed. My point is, don't remove alimony. Improve it. Make it balanced, reviewable, and combined with training. That helps vulnerable people and is fair to the payer.
I want to end by saying fairness must go both ways. Alimony should not punish the payer or stop the receiver from becoming independent. Short-term help, child support, and stronger social services are the best path forward.
This was a great debate. Now it's your turn to share your opinion. What do you think is better? Share your views in the comments below.